Hi everybody, this is Andreas Nest, business coach. Today I'm talking to Jacob Ozaniec, and he runs a company called Go2Trader, a company that specializes in cryptocurrency. Obviously it's a hot topic at the moment, so I wanted to learn more. So Jacob, thanks for seeing me.
Absolute pleasure.
So just tell me about your company and then...
Certainly. So I think a good place to start would be the background of how I got into cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
A bit of geek basically. I've been running a tech company and computer shop for around 10 years, Computer Junction in Portsmouth.
Right.
And then from that ended up learning about cryptocurrency, learning about Bitcoin, and we were the first company in 2014 to accept cryptocurrency.
Wow.
From that, a few other cryptocurrency people ended up coming into the shop and speaking with us, and we had the opportunity to get the first cryptocurrency ATM in Hampshire in our shop. So we did that.
So just so I get this right,
Yeah.
and the audience, is that, so you in your computer shop accept the cryptocurrency as a way of paying for the gear?
Absolutely, in December 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like 5 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow,
so that's
okay.
sort of the time I got into it, and it was a normal step, having a company that you accept cryptocurrency.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then because of that, it brought some people in, and then one of them said, "Oh, I've got an opportunity. We can get an ATM. We really want to find a location." And you're into cryptocurrency. After 5 minutes of meeting me, a guy called Matthew, and he's still in cryptocurrency today. Let's get the ATM. So we were the first company in Hampshire to get the ATM in November 2015.
So an ATM for cryptocurrency,
It's an easy way to get into cryptocurrency.
Right.
One of the things is you can actually go somewhere as opposed to just maybe going online and getting lost. Go to the machine, put cash in, receive Bitcoin onto your wallet.
And then the wallet obviously can be paid for gear like you were selling at the
Absolutely.
time.
And then you could go to another shop or ourselves. And
so are you then saying that at this stage you only accepted cryptocurrency for your gear?
Unfortunately not. We had to survive as well, and the majority of the public does use normal currency.
It was just an option for people.
Absolutely. Like I've accepted euros before. It's the same sort of thing.
And so how did you then move from the Computer Junction in Portsmouth to Go2Trader? And
the ATM really is key. So people come in and start to use the ATM. It got more popular, and then as the industry moved very quickly in January 2017, the whole year, got more and more popular. More people were hearing about it, and with a natural place for a lot of people to come. So they'd come in, use the ATM, and then ask me, "Can I do a bit more? My friend, can he come in? I want to pay on the bank, not on with the cash, etc." So I ended up becoming a broker without meaning to.
Right.
Ended up selling and then doing consultancy.
So you naturally fell into it. Yeah?
Absolutely, just people coming in to the shop, and it was good because it wasn't the unknown customers online or things like that. You knew who you're dealing with. They who knew they were dealing with. They were confident. So we ended up selling a lot of cryptocurrency, and the market kept moving up. And it became, some days that's all I did during that year because it was so busy, so many people.
2017,
yeah, that was.
And was it just one brand of cryptocurrency? Or
Bitcoin was the number one, but a lot of people, diversifying, buying some of the others as well. At that time, the whole market was moving up, so people could buy an alternative one and still make money.
Wow. Okay. And so you said so. Fast forward to 2019, you said before the interview that the cryptocurrency savings that you had amassed so far had enabled you to pay for the deposit for your house.
Absolutely. So I didn't quite get in early, as it were, but I got in a reasonable time. So we bought some Bitcoin. It went up in 2017, and in that year we sold out and then saved up and then helped towards the deposit, which we moved into the house this year.
So it obviously helped you massively to enable you to get the deposit in the first place. Is that because the cryptocurrency from your initial investment went up that much and you had a good gain?
2017 cryptocurrency Bitcoin went up 1,000%. So if you bought £1,000 December, January 2017, and you were to cash out when it was really hitting its heights, you'd have £10,000 with that initial investment. So very attractive, hence people just rushing in to see me and buy more. And unlike any other asset that I can see, that I've seen from my financial research.
And obviously that has slowed down in recent months.
Absolutely, the whole markets, had that massive bull market, brought in new investors, made interest on the industry, and then since then it's fallen and it's a bit more slow now, but it's still very volatile compared to the stock market, compared to the S&P 500 and other assets. So it's still attractive for those type of investors as well as people who are looking at it long term.
Right, that's interesting because obviously it's very new in a sense, not new for you, but for investors, I guess.
Absolutely, it's the first new asset class in 100 years.
Absolutely, and the question I always get from people that when we speak about crypto is it how safe is it actually?
So, two things is do your own research, and then you'll kind of get an understanding of how safe it is, whether you feel confident about it. As an asset, it's backed by the strongest computer network in the world, more powerful than Google. And number two is the security. We've heard horror stories of people being hacked and losing their assets or being scammed. That's one where we come in, but two, what we enable people to do is to make sure they own it themselves.
Right.
So there's no third party involved in it. And then the biggest thing you're hearing about the problems in the news are just because a third party has hold of it and you don't. If you've got it, then it's yours. It's very, very safe.
I see. And when you say the strongest computer network in the world, who owns it? Who runs it?
It's completely distributed. It's financially incentivized for people to buy these machines and contribute towards the network. So there's massive data centers in Iceland, in Norway, in South America, in Russia, in China.
So it's distributed all over the planet.
Absolutely, and all of them contribute towards the network, and they make it more difficult for anyone else to come in and attack it. So it's very, very strong and distributed network. So.
Right, and obviously cryptocurrencies are mined, yeah?
It's called mining. What it really is working on a very advanced algorithm, encryption, advanced mathematics that help secure the network and enable the maths to work.
So is there an infinitive amount of cryptocurrency available then?
Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin's always the one to talk about really, and with Bitcoin there's 21 million coins ever going to be in existence.
I see.
So it's the first.
That's the limit, yeah?
That's the limit. It's the digitally scarce asset. We know the rate of production, which is one of the things that gives it value as well, because unlike fiat currency, we've seen it been printed more, it's devaluing the money in your pocket, in your bank account. With Bitcoin, we know the rate of production, so there's going to be no surprises. Your Bitcoin is not going to be devalued in the sense that more than going to be printed.
Right, that's interesting. So if somebody who wanted to start off in Bitcoin currency and starting to invest in it, what would be the best kind of road to action in that?
Well, obviously, as we sell it, I recommend you come to us and you learn a bit more about it. And then dip your toes in. We'll get you set up securely so that you own the asset. It's down to you, and once you've gone away from us, you don't need to come back if you don't want to. You put that digital currency somewhere safe for you. Could be a safety deposit box, could be a safe at home, and that's it. You own it, and from your phone, from your computer, you can see what it's worth.
When you say we put it in a safe on a deposit box, do you actually get a card?
You get a bit of card or electronic device. There's multiple ways of storing it. But the big point is we enable you to store it securely, and it's yours.
Right. Okay.
No third party.
And obviously you take a certain cut from that. I take
Absolutely.
it as a broker. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Okay. So setting up this and helping Go2Trader to go to market and all this. What were the challenges you faced along the way of actually doing that?
As part of my experience selling cryptocurrency privately before we got to this stage, was having banks closed. I sold quite a lot through various banks, and there was always a thing of kind of hiding from the banks, not telling them what you're doing, and ultimately them just sending you letters and saying, because of your activities, we're going to have to close your account. So that was one of the challenges, and we've overcome that challenge.
Why did they close? So they were getting onto your tail saying, what are you doing there? You can't do that?
Absolutely. I mean, how the regulations work, because they're never going to tell you why.
Okay.
They're never going to lay it out why they're closing your account, but it's very clear it's cryptocurrency because of the risk factors involved.
Right.
The way of operating the account.
And once they understand that, they close your account straight away?
Absolutely. Banks, like many businesses, need to avert from risk, so it's just in their policy. So now we've got cryptocurrency-friendly banking that costs more than a normal bank, again, because they're taking on the potential risks. So that's one of the challenges which we've overcome. We've got cryptocurrency-friendly
banking. And do you think that some of the banks will jump onto the bandwagon later on and become also cryptocurrency-friendly banks?
Down the line, yes.
Yeah.
And also it won't be completely cryptocurrency friendly. It will be within some parameters. Because different cryptocurrencies have different properties and different types of clients. Again, different risk models.
So at the moment, cryptocurrency is not regulated by the state or by the financial markets, correct? So is there? I mean, there will be a time when this will happen, correct? Or is it?
The FCA are very much engaged in in the process of overseeing the industry in the UK.
Yeah.
Just recently sent out surveys to all the major businesses from the FCA. There's guidelines out for them. It's a task force.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're active, which is really good to see. We've got kind of a clear. And ultimately, certain crypto assets like Bitcoin won't be regulated.
Yeah.
It will more be the companies such as ourselves.
I see.
We're already acting as if we were FCA regulated.
Yeah,
we're working in best practice, AML, KYC, CTF policies, so that we're ready for that. And also it's the only way to operate when you're working with financial objects.
And I guess at some stage the government wants a cut out of that. In terms of
we'll
taxes
see.
and
I
things
personally
like
think that if there is some sort of minimal license fee to run a cryptocurrency business, that'd be really good. As long as it's not too prohibitive for any company to be a cryptocurrency business in the UK, I think that'd be a good step because then that can give us a company like ourselves a seal of approval to say we're playing.
And I guess they will then charge also a capital gains tax or something like that at some stage.
So that wouldn't be related to us. That's related to
obviously to the investor.
That's already the case.
Oh, it's already the case.
Absolutely, because it's unearned gains. It's not classed as gambling. You purchased £10,000 of the cryptocurrency 5 years ago and you cash out today, there's the capital gain on it.
Right, and so the government already is collecting that.
If you declare it, which is obviously...
Yeah. But they would then collect cryptocurrency for themselves, the government?
No, it would be capital gains because they would have seen a fiat investment.
I see.
And a fiat off-ramp.
And then when you cash out...
Absolutely. You declare your gain.
Okay, I thought, they're clever. No, okay, so
at the moment, the government, no department is accepting cryptocurrency.
No, of course not. So once you convert it back into pound sterling,
that's when the trade's taking place.
I see. Okay, good. So, so apart from that challenge, obviously, banks closing your accounts and not kind of trying to see what's actually happening there with the market. Are there other challenges that you faced?
So nowadays, going to people who are completely unaware of cryptocurrency, and people I was selling to in the past were cryptocurrency people, and ultimately that's been a big market. So looking for new customers, one of the challenges is the perception.
Right.
People remember negative press.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin's had negative press over the years, definitely, and so that's the perception of what they've got with their limited knowledge is definitely a challenge to get it.
Overcoming those kind of perception.
Yeah.
And do you think, so in your opinion, is cryptocurrency here to stay?
Absolutely. I mean, 10 years in existence, the network itself, Bitcoin, has never gone down, never been hacked. Many banks have gone down for periods of time during the last 10 years. There's over $10 billion worth of investment in cryptocurrency businesses globally.
Wow.
Some really big players. In terms of institutional investment, because obviously there's the industry, then there's the investment side, we're seeing huge amounts of uptake from institutions. Just this month, we've got a £50 million hedge fund launching a cryptocurrency fund in London, and there's multiple ones like that. There's already 200 hedge funds around the world which have a crypto fund.
Oh, really? Yeah. Wow! As part of that, as part of their investment portfolio.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So so you think
that means money's going into it,
which means
it's going to keep the liquidity, keep the stability. They're interested in. They're diversifying some of their portfolio into it.
Wow.
They've done the work.
That's fascinating. So. And what were the highlights for you, in terms of, as you went through the motions of learning the roots of cryptocurrency, with your shop and then becoming a trader and what were kind of the highlights for you in your journey?
Because of the struggle, I think being fully set up and compliant now is really, really brilliant. We've got all the policies in place and we've got the cryptocurrency friendly banking. I know I can go out and find a client and bring them in, and we've got the processes, and it's gonna go smoothly. There's gonna be no banking issues, for example. And the other thing is just being able to give peace of mind. I mean, cryptocurrency is unfamiliar, could be scary, unknown. So doing a job for them and then making them feel peace of mind. They've got the cryptocurrency in their hand. They can walk away. There's no loose ends. Solving a problem, because cryptocurrency, obviously the buying is the easy part. There's other aspects as well. There's things called airdrops, there's things called hard forks.
What's all that? Is it all specific actions within the cryptocurrency?
They're things that you may want to do. So certain cryptocurrencies have forked off into 2 different projects.
Right.
And then that might mean if you had 10 Bitcoins, you've now still got your 10 Bitcoins, but you've actually got 10 Bitcoin
in a different
currency.
Right.
Bitcoin Cash. You may want to claim them. So that's normally a technical job, and that would mean and then giving that to the client
So it's a bit like a share split, yeah, when they split shares and then create double the
other
value.
ones that we can get airdrops, which is free tokens and things. So there's various things that various clients might want to do, and doing the technical work, being in IT for 10 years, providing solutions has always been a passion and a satisfaction.
And if one wants to learn about all this, is that all available, this kind of information on the net, I guess?
Absolutely, it's huge amounts of information, and we're happy to send out an introduction email to anyone to learn more, some of the basics, and always happy to people to come in.
Do you do like courses or seminars on site where you inform people about
we have a partner who does courses.
Yeah.
Ourselves, it's more of a personal, come in, learn a bit, and then see if you want to learn more.
Yeah.
And then normally people are going away on their own journey based on some resources we give them, maybe some books and video courses, and they can learn online. This day and age, it's very much accessible online. If you want to spend the money, come in and speak to us. That's fine as well.
Yeah. So in terms of your biggest learning, in terms of what if you would start it all over again, is there anything that you could advise people to do?
I mean, I've done a lot of cryptocurrency, not just the selling of Bitcoin. I've unfortunately done some trading that hasn't gone very well. Yeah. So
why was that?
Not being a trader, but cryptocurrency is very accessible.
Yeah.
So I may have done some trades where I've bought into some with the hope of gaining more over the week or something, and the market hasn't gone in my favour. But because it's accessible, I've ended up doing trading when actually I've got no experience doing stocks.
Right. Okay. So you invested into the wrong coin and it collapsed, and
absolutely.
You just had to cut your losses. So,
So I think the safest thing is for people to buy and have a plan, and then
And the plan can be developed with the help of you.
Absolutely.
What you're saying, okay.
Plan your trade and then just trade your plan. Yeah.
Absolutely. So has there been one highlight, one absolute great achievement over the last years that you've been trading and dealing with that you can share with us? Anything that really sticks out?
Hard to say. I think meeting up with, being part of the community. I think.
Yeah.
I've been to some cryptocurrency conferences now.
Yeah. Okay.
And just being a trusted person to go through for certain things is fantastic. Becoming a member of the global and UK community.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a bit of what they call an early adopter, isn't it?
Absolutely.
An early adopter to make sure that this is out there. Let's try. Let's give it a go. And and people are kind of brave. It's a brave new.
There was one of the talks at the conferences, and he ended the talk with saying, "People ask me, have I missed the boat?"
Yeah.
And he said, "We're still building the boat."
We're still building the boat.
Absolutely.
Right.
And is that early on?
Is that still the situation you're saying? Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a lot of infrastructure. I mean, we haven't got ubiquitous use of it. We haven't got everyone knowing about it. But like Google and Facebook kind of had the killer app overnight and they're everywhere. I think cryptocurrency will be the same way. Suddenly everyone will be accepting it because it'll be so seamless.
Once it gets a critical mass, it will then just start rolling through it like a steamroller.
And that's only going to be positive for the price.
Absolutely. So it's a good time to invest. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I go for the analogy of the tree. Best time to plant the tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. So yes, it's not too late.
Absolutely.
Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, but certainly worse things to spend money on. So it would be advisable.
Oh, that's good. So is there any events that are coming up? Anything you want to share with your audience?
So we personally do. We do an open evening every 2 weeks.
Okay.
At the office.
Where's your office?
It's in Waterlooville, and it's 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, every 2 weeks.
It just speaks about cryptocurrency and what we.
It's a free. Come and pick my brain.
Okay. So the agenda is so people can basically speak to you and to your partners and.
And the best way to learn about it, get into it, is the personal service, the personal. Learning about it because it's such a minefield online, and busy people don't want to trawl through this. That's more of something for kids who have time.
Well, absolutely, and I guess at the moment you don't have that much competition out there. I mean, do you know of any other traders in the area that?
In terms of the south, there is no other one.
Oh wow!
It's London is where it's based. Financial centre of the world and of England. So,
but you're the first on the south coast.
Absolutely.
Well, that's brilliant.
That's what we're doing. Yeah.
Pioneering, really.
That's the idea. Yeah. Luckily, we're in this position. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, great. So they can come to your office. They can see you every Wednesday from 4 to 6.
Every Monday,
every Monday from 4 to 6. Yeah. Office in Waterlooville. Company Go2Trader.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, Jacob, it's been smashing talking to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Excellent.
And for you guys out there, just remember what Jacob said. It's always good to look at other investment options as well, especially if it comes to wealth creation and looking at your portfolio. Look away sometimes from all these things that that tempt you. There's other options out there, and create a wide portfolio of different things that you can invest in. So I will talk to you all again in 2 weeks' time. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.